Hi guys, here is my video response number 3. Today I'm answering a wonderful question that came in yesterday from Eddie Rod, my dear loyal follower and fan from Chicago. Is a blues guitarist. Eddie, please put in the comments a link to your band so everyone will see. Eddie is asking me when and where was my first professional performance and what was the piece and how nervous were you, he's asking. So thank you so much for that question. It actually brings up a really beautiful moment in my life. My first ever full solo paid recital was in 2001 in Manhattan Beach, California, and the timing of this concert could not have possibly been any more special and meaningful because it happened exactly 1 week or so after 9/11. And so we were facing a huge dilemma at this time, trying to figure out what to do, if anyone would even come, should we just cancel? And I am so incredibly grateful to the presenters for sticking with it, and we did not cancel. And this ended up being a very meaningful day where I still to this very day remember these very sniffly sounds coming from the audience. It was very clear that people were tearing up and just letting out these emotions and just finding some encouragement or soothing in the incredible, beautiful music that I got the chance to play. So it ended up being one of the most special days of my life, and that's how my professional career began. It could not have been a more meaningful start. And as far as my first ever performance as a student, not in a professional way, it actually happened in Yerevan, Armenia when I was about 7 years old. And the really comical memory I have about this experience is that, this was a huge end of year old school performance in front of good 400, 500 people. And so I was quite understandably very nervous. And I remember going to my teacher backstage and sharing these emotions with her in the hope that she will say something soothing and encouraging. And without missing a beat in this very cool way, this teacher that I had at the time just turned toward me and said, "Well, you're scared? Go home." I will never forget the feeling that came over me as soon as she said that, because it would have been, I think, very normal for a 7-year-old kid to say, "Oh, okay, great, I'll just go home." But I actually got really angry when she said that. And when my turn to play came, I just marched on the stage and just played my heart out. And those that were in the audience later told me that I came on stage with a big smile, big confident energy, and apparently took my time to adjust the bench for a while. It just was this very easy, comfortable experience. And so I always look back at that day, that very first performance in Yerevan, and I make it a point to connect to that 7-year-old little girl and this incredible gutsiness that came out of her. I don't know from where, just propelled by this very heartless comment that my teacher gave me. So really special memory for me. Thank you again so much, Eddie, for asking. I have 2 really beautiful questions that came in today from my Southern California friends, Elisa and Riva, and I really love these, so I will address and give responses to these questions tomorrow. If you haven't written in your questions and are wondering about anything pianistic or musical related, please be sure to put them in the comments and I will make a video response to answer them. I'll see you guys tomorrow.